Okay, I'm waiting for the mall to open, and I thought, let's just turn on my camera and chat a bit about where I've been. I like keep doing this. I come on camera, I do some videos, and I disappear. Okay, back on track. Let's go. Let's go. It is Tuesday. Why don't I know the days? It is Wednesday, September 25th. I'll have to double check that. I am fresh off holiday mode, so feel a little bit inspired. I had my birthday, so I feel like it's a new year. I always feel around September when my birthday is my new year. Feel like that is my January 1st. That is the start of fall. Summer's over. You're going into winter. I start at least, thinking back to the year, what I've accomplished, and thinking to the new year in January and what I still want to accomplish. And one of these things is YouTube. So I'm going to carry on, even though I keep going back and forth as to what I want to do with this channel, where I want to go with it. Do I still want to do it? I don't know. I'm going to carry on. But YouTube is hard. Don't let any of these gurus, influencers tell you any different. It is difficult to start, but I'm hoping that it gets easier as with anything in life. So I'm going to carry on and see where it takes me. I last told you that I had a networking coffee chat with a lawyer, which was super helpful. He laid down a foundation that made me think, you know what? I think I want to start my own practice. And I can't remember if I uploaded that video or not, but I'm in the middle of starting my own practice, which is very daunting, very nerve-wracking as to, "Can I do this?" Going solo right out the gate, is that wise? I have a bit of a idea of how I wanna do this, like, obviously, I'm not gonna go straight into, trial work, I'm gonna do criminal law, but trying to find a mentor, putting it out there in the world that will show me the ropes as to how I can do this solo. So someone obviously won't take me on as an employee, let's say, but who was like, come shadow me at court, come to my office, let's talk about this file type thing. I need someone like that in the world. Putting it out there, universe, do your thing, so that I can learn how to do this without completely walking into the deep end. Um, yeah, so I'm starting my own practice, and what he told me was design the design the practice the way you I'll put the quote up on the screen, but he's like, "Design the practice as you want your life to be set up," kinda thing, like, "Design the type of practice you would want to work in. Start from now," he said, like, "Don't wait. Design what you want your life to look like." Like, if you don't wanna work Fridays, design your practice that way. Get your hours done from Monday to Thursday. Figure out the amount that you want to make, work backwards and make that. Like, he laid it out so simply and plainly that I was like, "Oh my god, I can do this." And then now that I'm a couple of weeks away from removal from that, chat, I'm like, "Oh, yeah, it's difficult, but I can do it, and I'm gonna do it." And, um, yeah, but also in that same vein of starting my own practice, I got a call a couple of days ago. Hold on, my phone might die. So I got a call a couple of days ago from an interview I went on in May, and they want me to do some contract work with them. So I was like, "This is kinda perfect." Like, look how the universe works. I made that decision after, like, interviewing and applying all summer long, and I'm like, "You know what? I'm gonna go out my own, I'm gonna do this." And a couple days later, after I made that decision, the universe hands me this job, essentially, to say, do I want to work on a contract with them? But basically, I have to like freelance work, basically. So I'm not an employee of them. I'm a contractor. So I have to take care of my own insurance, all that stuff. And that's what I was planning to do anyway. So it's kind of like my first job in my business. So yeah, now I'm talking out loud. That is quite cool. And it's quite cool, like how that all works when you set your goal or you set you choose a path, and then you know it's the right thing because the universe starts laying out things that just make so much sense with what you were, you were trying to do, or you're trying to do. So, yeah, that has been my job updates. I'm going to 2 networking events this week, one tomorrow, one Saturday. I don't think I can film any of them, nor would they probably be interesting, but they're criminal law-based events where I just joined 2, associations, and they have some evening events, and I thought, let's get out there and meet some people, maybe meet my new mentor, and do that. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow and Saturday. And in terms of where I've been, in terms of traveling, which is why I didn't film as much, about let's insert some clips to make this less talking to a camera. But I went to Newfoundland last week for my birthday. Essentially, my husband was working there, and I was like, I'm tagging along because it's my birthday. So tagged along onto his work trip and spent the days by myself exploring, but it was beautiful and I had time to think. And I got that call last week about that job. So I'm like, this is just so perfect. Like, birthday, I was in a new city, I was in St. John's, Newfoundland, and I had a job lined up. So I just felt like things were just coming into place and I felt peace. So that was a great birthday. I was there for 3 days, a great 3 days. My birthday, got to spend time with my husband in the evening when he was off work. And then we flew back to Toronto on the Thursday, and then Friday we drove to Cleveland, Ohio. So I spent the weekend visiting family in Cleveland. We went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, we went to the Football Hall of Fame, and then we camped on the Saturday. So I'll insert some clips and you'll see my weekend, but it was great. I had the best time. Um, Seeing like 2 different cities that were like so apart from each other. If you look on a map, like Ohio's here and St. John's is way over there. So it was great. And now I'm back to reality. So now I'm back to figuring out how I do this practice, going to my networking events, and starting contract work.